Must have had some guitar players. They watching my hands. See? It's called Chicken Heads. Y'all remember? Anybody know about Chicken Heads? Anybody heard the record? Anybody heard the record? Yeah. Who heard the record? Everybody? Yeah. Daddy told me on the dying bed. He said, give up your heart, but don't lose your head. You came along, what did I do? I lost my heart and my head too. Lord have mercy. Little girl, you sure can cook. Little girl, I like the way you look. When you cook that chicken, save me the head. Should be working, but I'm home in bed. Thinking about you. Dreaming about you. Love that girl. But I love them chicken heads too. Without your love, girl, I just can't go on. Feeling I have for you is much too strong. Let me ease on in. About a year later, I wrote a song went like this. Chicken in the car, and the car won't go. That's the way it's spelled, Chicago. A knife and a fork, and a plate of green. That's the way it's spelled, New Orleans. See the girl over there with the hot pants on. Taught her loose fellas till she turned me on. Me and that woman go hand in hand. She's a bow-legged woman. I'm a knock-kneed man. When you put us together, we spell O-X, ox. Bow-legged woman and knock-kneed man go hand in hand, y'all. I said a bow-legged woman and knock-kneed man go hand in hand. Without your love, girl, I just can't go on. Like the Mississippi River, roll on and on. Now, everybody call me the dirty old man. That's because I sang songs like this. I remember when I was about 19 or 20 years old, I had this girlfriend in my little hometown in Louisiana, almost to New Orleans. I didn't see her for about 40 years until about 9 months ago. I was playing up in Louisville, Kentucky in the USA, and I saw her. She winked at me, and I winked back at her. She said, Bobby Rich? I said, yes, ma'am. By that time, I want to respect her because she had made a little change. I hadn't saw her in about 40 years. We both were young. She had gotten, well, let me tell you, she had gotten fat. Don't laugh because some of y'all in here are just like that. I was watching you when you come in. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to put that in there. You see, this little girl, when I got off work that night, she took me down in the basement where we used to go when we was about 19 years old. And she wanted to do the things she did when she was 19. And so did I. And she winked at me and I winked back at her. She took me down in the basement. There was a bed down there that didn't have no mattress, no covers on it. She had a rope up under the bed. She pulled the rope out, tied my hand, tied my feet, and she tied my little butt to the bed. Now I was laying there helpless. Couldn't move nothing but my head. And don't you say that's enough. I wanted to move and run, but I didn't know what to do. I was nervous and tied down and shaking. Then that didn't bother me as bad as the next thing happened. Then she ran in the kitchen and stayed 2 hours and 12 minutes. Oh, I was nervous, tied down. She came back out the kitchen with 2 buckets of lard in her hand, grease that is. Then she grazed my body, turned me face down, and put the other lard on my body. By that time, I was nervous and greasy. And then she turned around and did something and looked at me and winked at me and said, boo, 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 like that. I thought she was a voodoo witch. And then she ran back in the kitchen. This time she stayed 1 hour and 37 minutes. The reason I know I was watching the clock. Then she came back with 2 other buckets of lard in her hand. I got nervous because I didn't know what she gonna do. She went in the kitchen and came back. And then she ran in the bathroom and put some long eyelashes on. And long eyelashes and red lipstick. And she looked at me and said, boo, 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 like that. I got nervous. I didn't know what she was going to do next. Then she ran behind the door. I was really nervous then because I thought she was going to get her shotgun, but she didn't. She got the baseball bat. Then she started to grease the bat. No, I ain't going to do that song. I know.